Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and I want to thank you all for joining us again for the Booking Freight from Home show. Today we are broadcasting from my home office because here in Tallahassee it is pouring down rain. I mean, I would say raining cats and dogs, but I like cats and dogs, so I'm not going to use that term. But it is raining hard, so I guess as you all can imagine. So the home office here today. Go through what we got to go through today on today's show. Today it is all about the broker. Today is broker. So if anything you want to know about becoming a freight broker, today we're going to try and answer those questions for you. We're going to do some training on, first of all, what is a broker? How to become a broker? Who does the broker represent? How does a broker make their money? Okay, and last and not least of all, how can our platform enhance your broker experience? So that's what it's all about today. It's all about the brokering. After that, we're going to have our Q&A. And, of course, our Q&A is open up to any questions you have about our platform, about the industry, about booking freight, about trucking. Anything you want to know, ask it, and we'll be happy to try and get it covered for you and help you find the answer. Do I know everything? No, I don't. Do I know a lot? Yes, I do. Do my students know everything? No, they don't, but they also know a lot. So that's why we're here today to get your questions answered, and hopefully between myself and my knowledgeable students, we'll be able to help you find the answers. So today, let's do our roll call. I'm going to unmute the mic so we can do our roll call. And today, y'all know how we do it here. We got to do call. We got to do the. All right. First up on the roll call today, we have Marion McKenzie. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you joining us, Marion. We have Sergio. Is this Belay? I can't pronounce that. I think it's Velasquez. I think. Thank you. Appreciate that so much. Thank you for bailing me out because I was sinking fast. Okay.
No problem.
Thank you for joining. We have Mr. James Nelson. He's in the house today also too. Appreciate you joining. We have the Belgrade, a couple. I like Ricky and Kim Belgrade. Appreciate y'all joining us today on this Saturday morning. We have Mr. Frederick Salter in the house. Thank you, Mr. Salter, for joining us.
Good morning.
We have someone from the 919 area code representing hard. We have Aaron Flippin in the house. Thank you, Mr. Flippin, for joining us. That's Aaron. If y'all want to know how to spell that, he spells it with the two A's. I know some of y'all spell that Aaron a whole lot of different ways. I know Mr. Flippin like, do you even know how to spell Aaron? Okay. But anyway, we have Mr. Flippin in the house. We have Alfredo Proctor in the house. I think, Alfredo, this is your first time, right? I think so. I don't remember ever seeing anyone here, but thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Hope you come back and join us again. We have Mr. Brian Gilbert in the house. And as always, we have the infamous, the notorious Charles Mundy is in the house. As always, thank him for joining us. We have Devon Anderson in the house. We have Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing? The next Oprah is in the house. She's here with us. We have Felicia in the house. We have Mr. Garnet, Devon. I think that's right. Gareth Devon. Well, hopefully I didn't mess it up too bad. I thank you for joining us. We have Jerome Anderson. Hey, what's up? We have Jerome Anderson in the house. We have K-Mac. Thank you for joining us, K-Mac. And we have Kenan Moore is back with us. Been missing you, Mr. Kenan. You've been kind of ghosted for a minute. Glad to see you back on the mic with us today. Woo, we got a lot of people here today. Let's see here. We have Madeleine Michaels in the house. We have the Michaels in the house. They joined as a couple. As I said for y'all know, I like couples. Kimberly Hudson is in the house. Appreciate you joining us, Kimberly. Ricky is in the house. Ricky and Kim Belgrade. I'm thinking that's the second part of that group, and they've tuned in probably in separate areas here. And we have Tashawn Gibson in the house. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. And we have some more people who are joining on as we go on. But we'll be here all day doing the shout out if we don't get this thing kicked off and get this thing rolling. So let's get rolling. Y'all know that song, rolling. Anyway, I'm not going, y'all know that Kiss Me Riding Dirty. Anyway, let me stop. I'm giving y'all too much insight as to my mentality, so let me stop right now. All right, today is all about broker. That's what it's all about. Today is broker. But before we get started, let's make some quick announcements. As you all know, we are coming out with our new platform, the P4L, parts for less, pick and pull, price without the pick and pull. And we're going to be bringing on the P4L executives. For those of you who sent in your non-compete signed agreements and your limited partnership agreements that we sent out to all of our platform subscription members, because you all get first shot at this. We sent those out to you all. A lot of you all signed them. We have about 60 or 70 of you all that signed them, and you sent them back. We have sent out those private invitations to the private conference call. We're not going to divulge to here because it is private and only for invitations, only by invitation only. Remember, your non-compete and your non-circumvents are in full effect. They are active, so be sure and adhere to those non-circumvents and non-competes. Do not share when you receive your emails on your invites. Do not share the links. Do not share the time. Do not share the date. Do not share the location. And it will not be on this conference call live, so don't think you can just log into the conference call every so often and see if we're up and going, because it is a totally different secure conference call type of setup that we have sent out. So those things are in effect. P4L is going to be very, 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 very large. I can already see that. A lot of you already see that. So we are looking forward to getting that launched up and everything. And it is a true giveaway in every sense of the word. It is a true giveaway. But, all right, back to this booking freight thing. All righty, all right. Let's go. For those of you who are on with us on our platform, and for those of you who are on with us on Facebook, hey Facebook, how y'all doing? If you're on Facebook, someone always does this.
Call for extension 2.
Watch this. Someone's trying to figure out how to get onto the platform. Watch this. This is Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. We're right in the middle of our Booking Freight from Home show. How can I help you?
Oh, you're in the middle of it? I'm sorry, Mr. Butler.
Okay.
Hey, that's what I was calling to see. What time you start that, man? We missed it.
No, we haven't missed it. We started at 10:15. So if you go to Facebook, we are live on Facebook. If you go to my page, you'll see it live on Facebook. If you go to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center on Facebook, you'll see it live there as well. And we're also live at a couple other places on Facebook. So you can go there and click on it and log in, and you'll get back in with us, okay? But I got to get back to the show because we are live.
All right, thanks, sir.
No problem. All right, let me turn this phone down. I apologize, everyone. Let me get this, take care of this right now. Turn this phone down. All right, there we go. No more interruptions on that end of it. All right, as I was saying, thank you all for joining us here on Facebook Live. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. As y'all can see here, I know I got my bike turned to you all, but that is unavoidable right now because we are in my home studio instead of the regular broadcast studio. All right, let's get back over here to our students. All right, if you are on with us here, let me decline these calls. All right, if you are watching this show, please, no phone calls, okay? If you are watching the show, no phone calls during the broadcast. All right, as I was about to say, if you are on with us on our conference call and you're interactive, go ahead and go over to mydispatcher.org. I'm going to put the link in here so everyone can see it. Jerome Anderson says he can't hear anything. Can anybody else not hear us? Can anyone else not hear us? Okay. Mr. Anderson, I don't know. All I can say is turn your mic on. Okay? Can everyone else hear me?
Yes.
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 All right, great. Everyone else can hear me just fine. So, Mr. Anderson, turn your mic on. Mr. Anderson says he's in now. Great. Want to make sure everybody can hear us. All right. I just sent out the link there. I'm going to put it out on Facebook also too. Let people know where our page is. And our page is. How do you do this thing on Facebook? Got people trying to log in. Give me a second here. Let me comment on Facebook here. If I can figure out how to do this thing. Everybody wants to join in at the same time, interfering with our broadcast a little bit here. I'm trying to. All right, here we go. All right. That's us on Facebook. If you want to join us for those of you who are on Facebook, if you want to join us, go to mydispatcher.org. There it is. It's up. Go over to your right, and you will see where it says, if you go all the way over to your right, you will see where it says, over the hover, you see where it says more. Go down to where it says live operational training. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click the join button, and then you'll be able to join us on our live interactive training. All right, let's get started. If you're on Facebook, if you're on with us live, go over to Dispatcher Tools and Resources. We're going to jump right into the brokering thing here. And of course, you're going to have to log in. If you're a subscription member, you're going to have to log in. If you're not a subscription member, there's a chance that you may not be able to log in, okay, because we have been actively going through our subscription members log. And for those of you who are not paying your subscription, for those of you who have not set up your subscription, you've been blocking your access. We've been suspending your access to the back office. So the back office area is for subscription members only. Okay? Back office area is for subscription members only. You all have had a month or two to update and upgrade and renew and start to catch up and start paying your subscriptions. If you haven't done that, this is definitely your last month, because we are going to be going through actively and reviewing every single account and making sure that if you're not a subscription member, your access is going to be suspended. If you want to get access to the back office site again, you're going to have to start paying your subscriptions. Okay, $19.95 per month, or your yearly subscription of $199.50 per year. Okay, so not very expensive. We keep it very low so that you all can access everything. And then after that, we don't touch any of your money. Every dime you make, you keep. You keep all your dispatch fees, keep all your freight broker fees, keep all your freight forwarding fees. So just keep that in mind. All right, broker. All right, if you're in the back office, you notice here that everything we have is on our kind of a Rolodex type scale. Now, first of all, what is a broker? Okay, what is a broker? All right, the Federal Motor Carrier Association describes a broker as in the statute. It describes a broker as, and I'm ad-libbing here. I'm not quoting exact. This is not an exact quote, but this is kind of like the broken down, give you the clear understanding of what a Federal Motor Carrier describes a broker as. A broker is, as they are described it, only a bonded broker. Only a bonded broker. Bonded and insured broker can take ownership of freight from a shipper and dispense it out to a carrier for a margin fee. Now, exactly what does that mean? It means that brokers must have a bond. Brokers, in order to become a broker, you've got to have a $75,000 bond. Okay? Okay. That bond is there to help shippers who have some of them billions of dollars worth of goods that they're shipping. That's to ensure them that if anything happens to their shipment, or someone gets hurt or gets sued or anything else, that bond is there to kind of help cover that. Okay, I know you all saying, well, what is insurance for? Insurance is for that same thing, but insurance goes to cover more specific things. The bond is an overall coverage. It's kind of like a catch-all. If something happens and the insurance misses or whatever this and that, that's what that bond is there for. You have to be bonded. You have to have a $75,000 bond. That bond is also there. That bond is also there to ensure the industry that you are capable and that you bear some type of responsibility and a commitment to the industry itself. Because before that bond was only $10,000. A lot of y'all remember those days. And everybody could just pay that bond, bam, 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 jump right in. But then you had an industry full of brokers who were not in the DOT's or the Federal Motor Carrier Association eyes. Yet in their eyes, they weren't worthy of being brokers because they were doing things just totally illegal. They was running like cowboys and Indians, and they was just running roughshod. It was like gangster time. It was all out Dodge City, that type of thing, Tombstone. Every man for himself, and didn't care what rules they broke. That's because they didn't have a whole lot at risk. Okay, so they upped that to $75,000, which means now you have a little bit more at risk, and you have to have some type of credentials, acceptable credentials to become a broker. Why? Because it takes more money. And if you can get access to that type of money, or if you can get a bond agency to approve you, and you still got to put a good sizable amount down to still secure that bond. Now the industry is looking at it from a standpoint, now we're getting a better class of brokers that are coming into the industry, which is going to reflect upon the industry at whole. So, but anyway, brokers are the only ones in this industry who can take ownership of freight, and freight forwarders. Okay, freight forwarders and freight brokers are the only ownership of freight. But today we are on freight brokering. All right, what do we mean by take ownership of freight? A broker can contact a shipper, and that broker can negotiate with that shipper for the ownership of freight. In other words, if a broker goes out, he locates a shipper, and he says to that shipper, Mr. Shipper, I see you got 10,000 loads that you're moving. You're trying to move every week, every month, every day, or whatever the case may be. The broker may start the negotiation by saying something like, I can help you to move probably about 30 to 35% of those loads, judging by what I'm looking at right now and what you're paying on your average pay and things like this and that. Now, some shippers will negotiate on a bulk. Some shippers will basically do this on a case-by-case basis. It just depends on how the negotiations go and what the conversation is like and what's in the mind frame of that shipper. Now, let's just say, I'm not saying they're all going to go this way, but let's just say you're on one of those conversations where they go in bulk, where you're going to say, okay, Mr. Shipper, you want to do a bulk package? I can probably move about 35% of these loads every single week or every single day if I can get 50% of those loads that you have at a rate of $9 to $10 per mile. Okay, that is what the broker would receive for that pay. If you all want to know get a better understanding of that, go to one of the load boards that we have here in our back office called Lane Honey, and Lane Honey will show you the actual amount that brokers get versus what they disperse out to the carriers when they sign carriers up to move some of their freight. Okay, so but Lane Honey will show you that type of stuff. Did I delete my login out? Hold on here. I think I did. I got to go back and look at my login now. I forgot what my login was. There it is. Okay. All right, let's try this. I got to go back in and figure out what my login was. I deleted my history on some of this stuff, and I'm not on my regular page. I think it is. Y'all forgive me here. I'm not on my regular page because I'm trying to share this with everyone. There we go. All right, and then let's get this password. Give me a second here. Ba-da-ba. Hope I got that right. Nope, I did not get that right. Let me try this again. Let me try it that way. All right. Yeah. But then I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to go back and redo this if I didn't get that right. I have to go back in and sign in underneath mine. I'm gonna have to go back in and sign in underneath and sign in on the other page because I can't get this from my Google, but I don't have the password stored in on Google. Let me do this. Let me get out of this real quick. Let me get out of all this stuff. I got too much stuff open here. Jesus Christ. All right. Let me go in through my, what's called it real quick here, with my Firefox. I know I've got to store it there. But anyway, as I was saying, Lane Honey will show you the difference between what the broker makes and what the actual carrier is getting from that. Let's say in that negotiation, that broker may say to that shipper, okay, Mr. Shipper, I need $10, $9 to $10 per mile on 50% of these loads. On the other 25%, on 25% of the loads, I'm going to need about $5 to $6 per mile. And then on the last 25%, I'll take a cut rate of about $2.50 or $2.60 per mile. Now, if that shipper agrees to that, in that particular scenario, if that shipper agrees to that, then that broker can then post those loads in the way he wants. Why? Because he now has ownership. He's taking ownership of that freight. That broker can then go out and post those loads on any and every load board that he is a member of, and he can get those out and then he can disperse those out as he sees fit. Okay, that's what he can do. All right. And he can put them on load boards, he can shotgun them out, he can place them on social media, he can place them any way he wants to, because he or she owns that freight. Now, with that being said, he can price them at whatever they want to as well. I keep saying he, but you all know, I mean, he, she, or the company, or whatever. That broker can now price those, that freight at whatever they want to. If they want to price those $10 loads at $3.20 a mile, $2 a mile, $1.50 a mile, that's their discretion. Okay? If you want to price those $5 loads at $1.75 a mile, $1.68 a mile, $2 a mile, that's also their discretion. So that's how, and a broker is going to make their money on the spread. Okay? The difference between what they are getting from the shipper and what they are paying to the carrier is what that broker is going to, that's how the broker makes his money. Now, sites like Lane Honey will show you that up front, so you have a clear understanding of how you need to negotiate with certain brokers. Now, not every matter of fact, I don't know of any other load boards that operate that way. Okay, I do know that Lane Honey does it. Hold on here, I'm trying to get my. Give me a second here. Give me a second here, y'all. I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. It's not pulling up my drop down. There it is right there. All right. I've got a little bit of slow feed because I'm not down at the main broadcast center. They got the very, very, very high speed stuff down there. So I'm here in the my home office with my speed a little bit off. But hold on here. Let me get in here, and I will see if I can pull up this Lane Honey for you on the other site. All right, but anyway, but that's how a broker makes their money. Okay, that's how a broker makes their money, because they have ownership right now. Something that a broker cannot do. with all that being said, even though they can take ownership of the freight, the broker can only, let me repeat this, a broker can only book freight that they have under contract with the shipper. Okay? If they do not have those loads on the contract, a broker cannot share those loads, they cannot book those loads, they can't get paid on those loads. Okay? So that means a broker can't just go to load boards and grab loads. They can't do it. A broker has to get loads from a shipper. He has to sign that shipper up to a broker-shipper contract, right? They got to be signed up to a contract, and which allows that broker to take ownership of that freight. If that broker does not have that contract in place, that broker can't post those loads. That broker cannot, definitely can't book those loads, and can't not get paid on those loads. Okay, that's just how it works. So a broker can grab loads off of load boards. So the majority of loads on load boards are put there by who? Brokers. And that would be double brokering, which is illegal. Okay, brokers cannot double broker. They cannot broker another broker's loads. Okay, I know you get a lot of these large freight brokers firms. I won't call their names. Some of them go by just 3 initials, but we won't call it a name. They will call you up and say, "Hey, man, let's do some co-brokering." There is no such thing as co-brokering. Okay, so don't get caught in that trap of listening to some of these very, very large and wealthy brokerage firms, and they're trying to get ahead on your back by getting you to do something illegal, and then they get the money, and then they will turn around and turn you in and keep all the money. They will. I'm telling you, they will do it. So be careful with that. All right, here we go. Now we're in lane 100. I wish I could show you all this from the other side. Can you all see the screen now? Hey, can my students see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so y'all can see the lane 100 up, right? And we're in. All right, good. All right, because I'm using 2 different browsers. I just want to make sure y'all can see both browsers. All right, as y'all can see here, this is a perfect example of what we mean. Now, you all know that the average rates right now, you all been looking on the load boards, you've been looking at that, you're looking at that 1, 2, 3, you're looking at that truck stop and all the other load boards, and you all know that the average loads right now is about $1.68 to $1.89. They peaked up a little bit over the last couple of weeks. You've been seeing some as high as $2, $2.10, $2.20, stuff like that. But on average, it's about $1.80, $1.85. Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong. Is that what you all have been seeing? Because that's what we've been noticing, the trend as of late. Okay, that's your average load. If you're looking on lane 100, what you're seeing is some good loads. You know, $6.71, $3.34 per mile. You know, $2.20 per mile. You notice here they've got, you know, they have like the different lanes and stuff that they have up, and it's showing you what the pay is on some of those lanes. Here's a lane from Los Angeles, California to USA radius of 100 miles. There were 37 posted loads in this lane. 11 of them were filled. They've had RPMs, that is rates per mile, as high as $11.11 per mile. Now, you know no one is out there is paying that kind of money. That's the money that broker is making. Because lane hunting, remember, is one of those sites that basically, as I like to say, they put you up on game. They are actually showing you what the brokers are getting from the shippers. They're showing you all the cars. This is why I love lane hunting. Okay? I love lane hunting because it puts me in the game knowing what the deal is. So when I call up a broker, I've got some type of leverage to where I can negotiate with that broker and possibly help make my carrier more money, which is going to do what? As a dispatcher, it's going to make me more money. But as a broker, I would love lane hunting even if I was a broker. And here's the reason why. Because if, as a broker, you're using lane hunting, how does this work to your advantage as a broker, since we're dealing with brokers today? Wouldn't you rather go into a negotiation with a carrier knowing that you're going to make some money, knowing that you're going to move that load, versus going into a negotiation with a carrier And 50% of the time, maybe even 67% of the time, if that load is not reflecting the price that that carrier wants or that dispatcher wants for his carrier, that dispatcher or that carrier is going to walk. I would rather go into a negotiation and say, Mr. Carrier, Mr. Dispatcher, I'm sure you're a very reasonable person, and you're a very good business person, so you understand that everybody has to make money. Now, I'm showing you all my cards. Okay, you can see here, this shipper is paying me $11.11 per mile. Okay, I don't need to make all of that, obviously. Okay, you have a number in your head that you're trying to get to, right? If on a realistic basis, let me know what number you're trying to get to, and you already see what I'm making. So let's be realistic and see what we can come to some type of agreement, and let's both make money. Now, any real business person is going to look at that number and say, okay, and they're immediately going to say, okay, well, I want half. Okay, because don't get greedy and go and say, well, I want 70% of that. Are you out your mind? Come on now, let's be real. As a dispatcher or as a carrier, you got to be realistic with these brokers. Because remember, who does the broker represent? The broker represents the shipper. The broker does not work for the carrier. That leads us into our next question. Who does a broker represent? The broker is always 100% of the time working for the benefit and the interest of the shipper. Brokers do not work for the benefit of carriers, so don't get that twisted. A lot of carriers out there think that brokers owe them something. They owe you that CPM, that RPM. That's all they owe you, okay? But their loyalties and their concern, and they are working at the behest of the shipper. Always keep that in mind. And they should be. They should, because that's where they get their money from. That's who pays them. Brokers are not paid by carriers. Brokers are not paid by dispatchers. Brokers are only paid by the shipper. They receive their money from the margin fee, the difference between the fee that they're getting from the shipper and what they disperse out. Okay, so keep that in mind always. Lane hunting is a great place for brokers to operate. That's why you have a lot of brokers posting the loads on lane hunting.
I'm just going to go in with my hot comb and press the shit out this funnel, okay?
Is somebody talking on the background? We can hear
another thing, you guys, I want to make another video on...
Hello? Hello? Hold on a second. You all have to remember. Hold on a second. Okay. Hello? Can everybody hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You all have to remember that these mics are very sensitive. So if the young lady talking in the background, whoever she was talking to, this recording picked up everything. And remember, we don't go back and cut anything out of these recordings. So please remember that these mics are very sensitive and they will pick up everything. So if you have a conversation going on, just mute your mic or get up and leave the room. But even then, sometimes if you leave the room, these mics will still pick up if your conversation is still a pretty, decent conversation. It's going to pick it up. So just remember that, okay? Just remember that. I don't want to have to keep going in and muting you all because I want to give you all some discretion to be able to chime in and ask questions and be able to do the things you need to do to make this a very interactive broadcast. So, but if I have to mute everyone, then some of you are struggling trying to find your unmute button and you can't get your question in, and then it kind of makes things kind of go not smoothly. So that's why I kind of leave the mics open as much as I can. All right, but I see here we got a lot of questions going on already. All right. Press the hit home, the host. Okay, yes. Okay, looks like some of you all were just trying to find out some things. I can see you, but okay, all right. No real question, just technical questions. All right, but that's why I would choose lane hunting as a broker. This is the reason why I, as a broker, would love lane hunting, because it puts me in the position of knowing that I'm going to make money. I'm going to book my load. And why? Because a broker is only in business because he's moving the freight that the shipper wants him to move. Now, if a broker doesn't move this freight, guess what? He stands a chance of losing that contract with that shipper. That's why when you have loads that have been sitting for a long time, brokers would give up pretty much all the money. There have been cases where, when I was a broker, I gave up all the money just to move. And I did that just so I can satisfy my shipper and keep my shipper on board. Because if I gotta just make no money and move a load in order to keep my access to 5,000 loads every day, guess what? I'm gonna move that load with no money. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody because I'm telling y'all these mics pick up everything. Either someone is eating or someone is clicking on their keyboards, and it is just picking up all that. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you all. And then if you have a question, you can unmute yourself, okay? All right, there we go. Now, if you have a question today, unmute yourself and ask the question, okay? But I had to mute you because, remember, these mics, they pick up, and then when this gets replayed back on YouTube, you have all this distortion, and it makes what a broadcast sounds. It sounds terrible when that happens. So just remember that these mics are very sensitive. They're going to pick up every single thing. All right, and give me just a second, you all. Just a second. You ready to go, baby? It's muted. All right. Tell your dad I said hey.
Oh, yeah. Love you.
All right, love you too. All right. There we go. I'm back now. I had to, my lovely wife is going over to her dad's house. She was just telling me she was on her way out and giving me a little, you know. But anyway, I love that woman. Y'all know I do. But anyway, here we go. All right, but that's why I would choose Lane Hunting. That's why I like using Lane Hunting, because I know I'm going to make money. And even if you got to break even, sometimes a broker has to break even or just make no money in order to keep their contracts good. And I'm giving you all this insight because I want everyone, and not this is not just for the brokers, but it's so that you all, as dispatchers and as owner operators, you get a look on the inside and see what a broker has to deal with. Because a broker y'all mentioned, well, the brokers make all this money. They get this, well, not really. Because a lot of times brokers make no money on a load. Why? So they can keep the contract with the shipper. Because they are obligated with that shipper to move a certain amount of freight every month, every week, every day. So if you negotiated with that shipper, if you told that shipper, say, hey, I can help you move X amount of your freight, a lot of those cut rate loads, the loads that are down there at $2 a mile, $1.50 a mile, or $3 a mile that he's giving the shipper, a lot of times those brokers will give those loads away and give the carrier the whole $3 a mile, or give the carrier, like these loads like this that's saying 214, 334. A lot of times those loads gets given completely to the carrier, or they may give them to them at the $3 a mile, and the broker keeps 34 cents per mile. You see how that works? That's not very much money. So the majority, so there's a lot of times when the broker would basically is giving up all their profit just so they can keep the contract. So keep that in mind. That is why I like Lane Hunting, because now a broker can go in and have a grown-up conversation with a dispatcher or a owner-operator. And through that grown-up conversation, both of you can make money 100% of the time. Because if I got a load and I'm showing you that the money that I'm getting is $3.34 per mile, chances are you're going to allow me to make something. Okay? Because I'm showing you this is what I got. Okay? So if you can stand to take $2.34 a mile, that leaves me with what? $1 a mile. And you are clearly getting the better end of this deal than I am. That way I can show good faith and show up front that I'm giving this carrier a great deal because I don't have very much money in this load to begin with. And I'm showing it to him up front. This is why I love Lane Hunting, because then that carrier or that dispatcher knows up front that this is what that broker has. And he knows that there is no holding back on a certain amount of money. There's no feeling, well, the broker just took me and he made more money than I did. This and that. You know, if you go into this business trying to count another person's money, you're in the wrong business. My granddad always told me that. My granddad said, look, the worst thing that any businessman can do is start counting another man's money. Granddad was a smart man. Didn't graduate past the 4th grade, but he was a very smart businessman. Okay? I mean, huge farm, lots of land, ran an entire, farm and had workers from all over the place coming out there and work for him. My granddad made a lot of money. Okay? And he never graduated. He never went past 4th grade. But I got a lot of good advice from him. All right? So don't ever go into any type of negotiation, any type of situation counting someone else's money. Worry about your own HIP bank, National HIP Bank. That's the only money you got to worry about is what's going in your National HIP Bank. Okay, if you do that, if you take that advice, I guarantee you, when you go into just about any negotiation, you're gonna make money because you're not fixated on what the other guy's making. You're only fixated on what you are making. Okay. And remember, all you got to do is turn a profit each and every time. All right? But, so, as a broker, this is why I would give the advice, join a site like Lane Honey. Don't be so not giving and letting a carrier know what you are getting from the shipper. A lot of brokers will tell you, don't ever tell a carrier what you're making. Don't ever tell a carrier what you're making. Chances are those brokers are struggling. Brokers that tell carriers what they're making make out very well, because then you can have a real grown-up discussion about what? Making money. And then both of you can then make money. All right. Any comments on that part of it? Any comments on that part of it? Right now, yeah, Gary's done said exactly. Mind your own business. Exactly. That's exactly what we're saying. Tend to your own business. If you do that, you'll do just fine. All right. Does anybody have any questions along those lines? Let me check over here with our Facebook crew real quick to make sure that they don't have any questions.
Mr. Calvin, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. And who am I speaking with?
This is Frederick Salter. When you negotiating with
what's your question, sir?
When you negotiating with the shipper, what's a good tool to use to know where to start your negotiation?
Well, let's skip ahead here because we were going to go over that. All right, this is where you're gonna if you're in our back office, okay, if you're in our back office, we actually have a script for you that you can, a good way to start your negotiations. Go ahead here through where it says tools and resources. You're going to look for this young lady who is not searching. You're going to look for this young lady who is negotiating. Where's my negotiation tools, shippers? Oh, it might be in agreements and documents. Yeah, here we go. Here it is right here. All right. Shipper's general script. It's the one that has all the shipping stuff on the keyboard. All right. This is a good script to use when you're trying to break the ice or get in front of a shipper. If you are a broker, this is the script that you probably would like to use. Okay, we're going to put it up here real quick, and we're going to go over it. That's why I don't like Google. As y'all know, I'm not a big fan of Google. Google has you to have to click all this stuff in order to download it. I like Firefox. Click on it, it pops right up. You know, if Firefox, they're trying to get your permission. When you click it, they figure, well, if you click it on it, he wants it. So Firefox just goes ahead and just pulls it right up. And I don't like the way Google puts it out. So let's get out of this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I really don't. I really don't like this at all. Google is very don't like Google at all. Hold on here. Let me get out of this. Let's just go to Firefox. All right. Let's just go to Firefox. Let's stick with what I know. All right. Let's stick with what we know. All right. We're going to go to Firefox. We're going to pull the script up for you, and then we're going to go over it. But this is a very good script for you all to start with if you're, especially if you're new to negotiations and things of that nature. You're going to come down here to the agreement forms and documents. You're going to scroll over until you get to the, there it is right there. You're going to scroll over until you get there. Click on that. And then we're going to pull up our script. Where did that come from? That's not what that script does. There we go. Alright. We're going to click onto our script. And see, this is why I love Firefox. Look at this. See how simple Firefox. Firefox makes this so simple. You know, and you gotta go through all these permissions, and then it pulls up a different view of it, and you gotta convert it. And just give me what I'm looking for, man. All right, as you can see here, our script basically goes in, and it starts off with, let me get some stuff out of the way so I can read it. It starts off with, why should you partner with a member of the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers? Okay, or you can change that. It says the editing, you can click that button and you can kind of change that a little bit. If you want to go ahead and put it, why should you partner with your company's name, let's say JC Logistics, a member of the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers. The network utilizes the most advanced technology in it to service our customers, which the network does. Why? Because we have TMS. Okay? Now, you're not lying. Why? Because you're part of a network, and the network does make use of that. So, you all, I would suggest, if you are a broker, I would suggest you all get the Ascend TMS. That's what we recommend. I'll take you to that their website here in a second, but that's what we would recommend, the Ascend TMS, and I'll put that up for you here in just a second. And here's why. The network utilizes the most advanced technology in the industry to serve our customers. We've integrated the Ascend TMS transportation system, management systems, and logistics software in all. I'm going to change that. I got to change. This is old. I got to change that to over 1,800. But yeah, because we've got more than 1,800 now. In all, 1,800 active independent dispatch firms and freight brokerage firms strategically positioned throughout the United States to adequately service all major shipping lanes. We can manage every aspect of our logistics and distributions operations with the same transportation management system TMS technology used by the world's largest companies. Carrier verification and fraud check. Never load a bad carrier or bad driver again. Each of our network members can instantly conduct full carrier verification, carrier qualification, and fraud detection. We conduct real-time fraud detection and carrier qualification every time we match carriers or drivers with one of your loads. Driver track and trace via cell phone GPS. GPS load tracking. Yes, we have that, and it is built right into every network member system. We can pinpoint the exact location of a driver by just using their cell phone GPS tracker feature. Sends them a special text message, and we simply grab their location and the status of the load for you. Drivers can also respond with their phone with the real-time status of the load with one press. No apps needed, just one special text message. We can also use this feature to send any other instructions to the driver via standard text message. Automatic route review and load optimization. With automated route review, ARR, we won't have to worry if our stops are ordered in the most efficient manner. The National Network of Dispatchers, and you can also put in there, and freight brokers does that for you. Every load, every time. ARR checks the original route to make sure that the miles have been optimized. If there is a shorter, more efficient route, ARR or ARR will let us know, even if you reorder or add stops on the fly. We can then choose between the original route or the more efficient ARR route. This is just one of the many great tools we utilize to make sure that your loads are routed efficiently, saving you miles, thus saving you money. Our National Dispatchers Network members are trained and committed to placing the needs and concerns of the customers they service above all else. Our focus is to provide quality service with the highest levels of customer satisfaction. We look forward to building a business relationship and providing seamless door-to-door transportation solutions for your business. RBBS National Dispatchers Network member, that's where you put your information at, put your contact information along with your extension, your e-fax line, and your email address. Now, you can copy and paste that and send out to the shippers, or you can learn that and state it to them when you call them up on the phone. Either way, it is a good way to get you in front of the shipper. Because here's what happens. When you call up a shipper, you got about 20 to 60 seconds, period. You ain't got longer than 60 seconds. I'm telling you that right now. And if the first words that come out of your mouth in the first 20 seconds don't impress them, guess what? That conversation is going to be over with. This is why the hardest thing to do in this industry is getting a shipper signed up to your broker's agreement. By far, it is the hardest thing, the hardest part of this industry. Because you will spend a lot of time on the phone and you will call thousands of shippers just to get 10 of them signed up. Now, I'm not trying to scare you all. I'm just letting you all know what the reality is. Because a lot of freight broker trainers, they're shy away from giving you all this hard truth, okay? But we want you all to know exactly what you're getting yourselves into when you decide to become a broker. Now, is brokering very profitable? Of course it is. Of course it is. You can make a ton of money as a broker. But also realize that you have work to do. Okay? You have to be committed. You also have to be committed. This is one of the tools that you can access within our back office that will help you to do your job effectively as a broker. Okay? Now, as I mentioned before, I would strongly recommend that you get this CNTMS. And that is, let's Google it, because I can pull up mine for you. But I want you all to see the what they have as far as the their branding page, but it goes into and I think it's called, what's the name of that company that does that? It's a CNTMS, but they have a branding company that brands InMotion Global. There it is right there. InMotion Global. InMotion Global is the why did they give it? I hate when they InMotion Global. It gave me the Facebook, what's called page. Let's do this here. Let's put up InMotion Global. Let me do that. InMotion Global. There it is. All right. This is the company that brands the CNTMS. This is the branding company. If you go here, I'm going to give you all the link. If you all go here, here's the link. If you all go there, this is basically the training page for the CNTMS. I mean, anything you want to know about the CNTMS, they have like little things you can click on to see how it works. You got the features, the prices, anything you want to know. anything you want to know. You can click on it. It has, you know, it tells you about the shipper, it tells you about the CN software. I mean, you can go in here and kind of play with it. Then if you want to know the pricing on it, they have a free one, a basic one. I would start with the basics. If you all are just getting started with them, I would suggest that everybody go and get the free Ascend TMS. And then as you start to get better at it, or you start to make money, or you start to signing on shippers or signing on more and more carriers, then you should upgrade. I'm recommending that everybody within our platform, within our network, within the sound of my voice, if you're thinking about becoming a broker or a dispatcher or a freight forwarder, whatever it may be, go and download the free version of the Ascend TMS. Okay? All right? So you can get a free version of it, which gives you 30-day standard. You get over 30 standard features. Okay? No premium features. Monthly per user cost is $0. You can actually add up you can share it with someone else. So you can be 2 of you all. Even on the free one, you can share it with someone else. Okay? Your setup support, all that stuff, training, $0. You can call them up and get training on it. All that stuff, get training on it. And they're also connected with that and some other stuff too. Okay? So then if you decide to upgrade to the premium, which is what we have, the $59 per month one, you got all your features, over 30 features, plus the 15 your premium features. You have no user limit. You can add as many people to your Ascend account as you see fit. Now, back in the day, we used to have about a couple of hundred of our freight broker agents onto our Ascend account. Okay, we ran into some problems with that, so be careful when you do that. Okay, but you can get the account and then add as many people as you want to. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, well, why don't you add everybody to you all's Ascend account? Because it's a logistical nightmare. I'm going to be honest with you. We've got more than 1,800 members now. 1,800 members. And trying to separate our Ascend account, which is actually for our dispatch firm, and giving you all access to that and to our carrier groups and everything else, that will fall under a conflict of interest. Now, what we have been talking about, and we probably will do this in the near future, we have been, hold on here. No. All right. Well, what we have been discussing is getting a second Ascend account, and then just giving everyone access to it, where you all can create your own many accounts within Ascend and be able to go in and set up your own, your own carrier groups and whatever you need to do to manage your carrier groups and things like that. But here's the problem with that. I know they advertise that, but they were having some problems with, once we got a whole bunch of people in, I think when we hit more than 300, Ascend was having a problem with managing the entire network, the entire group. Why? Because each person had their own logins, each person had their own whatever, and we was experiencing shutdowns and long pauses or freezes in the system because our network was growing larger and larger. I don't think Ascend had anticipated the rapid growth that we were experiencing, and we need to reach back out to them to find out if they have corrected that problem, if they have even addressed that problem. Because if we was to go in and get this account, and then we all of a sudden, bam, 1,800 people start logging on, I would want to hope that we wouldn't have those same problems again. So we need to check with Ascend, and we will once we get some things done that we need to get done, and we get back to a normal speed of things. Right now, things are happening so fast with this other platform and things that I'm doing. I mean, we really just don't have the time in the day to even think about this right now versus some of the other stuff that we've got going on that needs to take the precedence right now. All right, but as a broker, if you are a broker, get the Ascend. At least go and get the free package on the Ascend, just so you can get started. Okay? All right. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, somewhat. But I also wanted to know, like, where do you start as far as, like, the price on your rates?
I mean, you start from the beginning. When you call up a shipper, okay, let's go back here. When you call up a shipper, and when you get that shipper on the phone, all right, you're not gonna really have to start with what the price is, because the shipper's gonna tell you what they got on certain loads. I mean, because look, shippers want to move loads. They do. They want to move loads. Okay, shippers already know what the shipper's loads, they're already priced. So when you go in and you look at a shipper's load, the first thing you should be asking is not what the price range is. You should be asking, okay, Mr. Shipper, I want to do this fairly. Can I take a look at a sample of your loads so I can get a good idea of what your price ranges are, and then we can tell you if we're going to be able to help you move these loads? You know, now you see what I just did? You taking away the power from the shipper, and you kind of put it back on them to produce. You understand what I'm saying? So
that's what I want to know.
Instead of going, So instead of going in and saying, well, Mr. Shipper, I can, and you just blindly throwing that number because you have nothing to work on. So why would you just blindly make up a number when you don't have any basis from where you got that number from? You're gonna base it on what other shippers are doing? That's a bad idea. Okay, that goes back to saying, don't start counting another man's money. Just go in and say, hey, Mr. Shipper, hey, look, I'm a broker. I'm pretty sure I can help you move a ton of your loads. The reason why is because I'm part of a network of more than 1,800 firms strong.
Hey, Kevin, can I add something on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you call the shipper is going to definitely ask you to send your load confirmation. I mean, your rate confirmation. So like what you're charging, because you need to know how to calculate all of that and send it in.
Okay. Whoa. You just threw some terms in that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. I'm trying to figure out how do we get there. Because you're talking about booking a load, right?
No. I said when you call the shipper, I was trying to answer his question. When he was asking like where to start the pricing. Your purpose of your call, you want the shipper as a broker. When you call, you want the shipper to sign up with you to give you his load. The shipper is going to ask you to get for them. Some of them ask for your rate. They'll ask you to send in your rate because they want to compare your rate, what you have. And then when you send them that rate, they will look at it, and if they're okay with it, then they'll go ahead and give you. Or not, you can also ask them rate confirmation.
Okay. No. You're talking about something totally different. He is talking about trying to initially sign on with the shipper so the shipper can give him access to their loads. All of them, not just one load, but all of their loads. You understand what I'm saying? The question he is asking is, how do you start off negotiating, not with the shipper for one load? How do you start negotiating with the shipper to get them signed up to your broker contract to where that shipper now gives you ownership of all 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 loads? You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
So there is no rate confirmation that needs to be exchanged right now because you're not even at that stage yet. What you're or maybe you're misrepresenting the term rate confirmation. Because rate confirmations are only used when you're trying to book one specific load. When you're trying to look, when you call up a shipper and say, hey, I see you got a load that's picking up in such and such, going such and such and such. I have a carrier that would like to have that load, but and I see you paying a rate on it. Then once you all agree to that rate, then the shipper's going to send you the rate confirmation for you to sign off on and say, okay, yes, this is the rate that we all agreed to, and we will now, my carrier will now pick up and run that load. That's what a rate confirmation is. Now, I don't know if you're trying to use that same term as to clarifying with the shipper or what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for?
I was trying to get it. I think it's called rate sheet or something like that, because when you just talk initially to a shipper, it's a rate sheet. That's what I mean.
Look, when you start talking to a shipper, at some point you're gonna ask them for their load list. That's what you're looking. That's what you're trying to say. Their load list, not their rate confirmation. You're gonna ask them for their load list. That's why I was telling him the first thing you should do when you go to the shipper is not say, well, I can move the loads for this amount of money. No, you're gonna say, Mr. Shipper, if I can take a look at what your load list and get a sampling of your pricing, then I can determine if I'm going to be able to move these loads for you or not. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what you want. You want them to at least send you their load list or a sample of their load list, or that day's load list, or that week's load list, or last month's load list, or loads that they've already ran already. So you're not looking at sensitive material. You see what I'm saying? But it's showing you what those loads ran for and what the shipper paid on them. Now you've got a starting point as to know when you look at these loads and okay, is this shipper going to be a good shipper for me? Is this shipper going to fit for me? Because if they send you a load list and 70% of the loads are at 60 cents per mile, then you might not want to sign up with that shipper. You understand? But if they send you a sample load list and 50% of those loads are at $2.25 per mile, and another you got another 25% may be at $4.10 per mile. Then you got another 10%, or you got 12.5% of them at a low rate of $1.10 per mile. Then you got another 12.5% at a kind of a minimum rate of $1.95 a mile. That's a shipper you can work. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can actually move some of that higher paying freight. You know you can move some of the higher paying freight. And then you will probably say, well, I may have to break even on some of the lower paying freight just to get the contract, but I can make money on the higher paying freight. That's why you want to take a look at this sampling of the load list.
Hey, Calvin, this
That's why
James.
we're going to a negotiation. Yeah, go ahead, James.
Also, Calvin, when you're dealing with a shipper, first of all, he's going to try to move that freight as cheaply as he can. And he's really going to be regulated around the industry standards. Say, for instance, if loads are moving at $6 or $7 a mile, he's going to tell you that, even though the industry may be up around 9 to 12. And so you don't accept the first thing that he tell you. You go in and say, if he says $6 a mile, you say, well, maybe I can get it for about $8. You think I can get it for about $8? And he said, well, no, I can't pay $8, but well, what can you pay? Same difference as negotiating, with a broker about a carrier. I mean, you're trying to get the best rate that you can get out of that shipper because, I mean, he has a ceiling as to where he can go. I mean, he's not going to tell you right off the bat, that, my ceiling's $15 a mile. He's going to tell you my ceiling's $8 a mile or $7 a mile.
Exactly. This is why you want their prior load list. Because if you can get that load list, because a lot of shippers don't mind sending you their prior load list, not the loads that they got coming up. So they're not going to show you what their sensitive material is. They're going to show you what their prior load lists are, like the loads they ran last week or the loads they ran last month or whatever the case may be. Now, once you get that prior load list, you're getting a good, accurate view of what that shipper is paying. You're getting a good, accurate view of what that shipper is paying. Now, your job as a broker is to get loads that you can move. Now, you're not going to be able to move all loads. Everybody knows that. But you got a lot of brokers that come into the game now, and they're under this understanding that they've got to make money on every single load. That they've got to make more money than the shipper. Are you out your damn mind? Ain't no shipper. Look, you ain't going to make more money than the shipper. That ain't going to happen. So get off that. So get off that tip. You can believe what these all these people out here in the industry say. Oh well, I know brokers that make $15 a doggone mile, make $12 a mile, they make this and that. That's a bunch of BS. I'm telling you, from a guy who used to broker freight and broker a lot of freight, that is a bunch of BS. That is that Jason Friday the 13th type stuff. Innuendo, rumors, legends, Bigfoot. Everybody talks about Bigfoot, but there ain't too many people seen one. And very few people even have any type of real evidence of one. Okay? Let's get back to the real world. In the real world, you got to make some money to take home to put into the bank. Do you have to make all the money? No. If you can piece together a lot of decent money-making loads, you can make a lot of great money. Or you can starve yourself to death trying to make all the money on every single load. Okay? So the best thing that you can do, in my advice, you can take it as a grain of salt or whatever the case may be. The best thing you can do as a broker is to block out all this stuff you're hearing about. Stop trying to count someone else's money. Just concentrate on what you need to make yourself profitable. That doesn't mean you got to get into a pissing contest with the shipper over who's going to make more money. Or I know you got this much money. I know you got that much. The industry says this. The industry says you have that. Stop worrying about what the industry says and what that shipper's got, and worry about how much money you need to take home. So if you start there, and if you will start there and concentrate on that, I guarantee you will make money. You will make money. Not that you might make money. Not that, I'm being choosy. I'm only trying to pick the ones that I'm going to make a lot of money. No. Make money. Make the money, put it in your pocket, and move on to the next one. Get you another one. Make the money, put it in your pocket, and move on to the next one. Get you another one. Make the money, put it in your pocket, and move on to the next one. That's why you have a lot of brokers. Because they're too concerned with what someone else is putting in their pockets and not what they need to put in their own pockets. Okay? I mean, that's why you got a lot of brokers on Facebook that are complaining about dispatch. Because they ain't making no money. And they're seeing dispatchers are making money because the carriers don't mind paying the dispatcher if the dispatcher's finding them good paying freight. But if some of those same brokers would concentrate on trying to chase someone else's money and just concentrate on negotiating with the shippers like an adult, like a real, reasonable adult, yes, I know the shipper's gonna make money. Do I care how much money that shipper making? No. I could care less what that shipper is making. All I know is that I need, in order for me to make money, I need loads that are paying a minimum of $2.25, $2.50 per mile, or I need a bulk of loads where at least 50% of those loads are paying greater than $2.25, $2.50 per mile. Because if I can get loads that are consistently paying more than that are paying around $3.25, $2.95, $4.50, or whatever it to be, I'm good. Why? Because I can take those loads, and I've got enough carriers that I can disperse those out to, where carriers would love to have $2.50, especially in today's market, where the loads are paying $1.68 to $1.88. So if I got loads where I can offer a carrier $2.25 to $2.50, guess what? I'm going to move loads. Am I going to make a ton of money on each one of them? No. Am I going to make a lot of money on a whole bunch of them? Hell yes. Because I can move a lot of them like that. So shift your thinking from trying to beat the shipper to trying to work with the shipper. That's all I'm saying. Don't get caught up in a pissing contest with shippers over how much money a shipper has and how much money the shipper is willing to give up and how much money the shipper is making. That's what's wrong with the game now. That's why the game is what it is. And that's why only a few brokers are actually making a ton of money, because they have come to realize and understand that if they make their money and move on to the next and make their money again, and then make their money again, and then make their money again, and not worry about the shipper's money or someone else's money. Worry about your own money. Make what you need to make, put it in your pocket, move on, and go into the next one. Make what you need to make, put it in your pocket, and move. Now, will that mean that sometimes you're going to have to break even on some of those loads in order to keep the 50% of the loads that are above $250, $275, and $3 a mile? Yes, that's what that means sometimes. As a broker, sometimes you're going to have to break even on a load. As a broker, you're going to have to give away some loads in order to keep the flow of those boat loads coming in to your network. Because a broker ain't got nothing if he ain't got what? Loads. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Now, I understand what you all are saying about, you got to get your money up and you got to get the best load possible. You're going to go broke that way. And you're going to be one of those brokers that's just like those brokers you see on Facebook and and you all know what I'm talking about. You see them in the groups. They're always complaining. For the life day, I can understand how they're making money because they're complaining all the time. They're complaining because they're chasing somebody else's money. Okay? You won't ever see me on Facebook arguing with someone about how much money they making, how much money I'm making. Because I'm too busy making my own money. Because I'm taking those little bit of deals, right? And I'm piecing them together, and I'm making a ton of money. So I ain't got time to complain. I'm too busy putting those little bit of deals together and putting money in National Hill Bank. So while another broker or dispatcher or whatever else is out there trying to put, $3 a mile into the pocket every time, or $4 a mile in the pocket every time, or trying to get loads that's paying $6 a mile, just because you may think you have a hint. You may be wondering if the shipper has $10 per mile, $11, or $6, or $7, or whatever it is. I don't care what that shipper's got. If I know what I need is $2.75 on 50% of these loads, that's what I'm going to get. Or if a shipper's paying $3.50 on 50% of the load, on 25% of the loads, they're paying $3.75, and on the other 25, they're paying $2.80 on average. And then on another 10%, they're paying $1.50. Then on another 10%, they're paying $1.75. I'm gonna take that and run. Why? Because I will give away those $1.50s and those $1.75. I even give away some of the $2 and $2.20s just to keep those $4.50s and $4.35 and the $3.20s. Why? Because they're a good portion of those loads are paying that kind of money, and that's where I'm gonna make my money. I'm gonna use these other loads just to keep that dinner on the table. But I'm going to use those higher paying loads to feed my family and to get full. And if you're looking at it any other kind of way, you're playing checkers and not chess. Okay? This game is about chess, not about checkers. So stop trying to figure out how to jump the next man and start figuring out how to win the overall game. This is what I mean when I say to a lot of young brokers and I said, you gotta think how you've been taught this game. And yeah, you got see a lot of brokers on this YouTube video. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that's fine. But what are you doing? You're sitting there watching my video talking about I don't know what I'm talking about while I'm making money. I mean, I can't break it down to you no realer than that. Okay, that's about as real as it gets. Okay. All right. And look, I guarantee you, Charles Mundy is not a broker. He's a dispatcher. You got some other brokers on here who knows what I'm talking about because they'll do what? They're piecing together deals and they're consistently making money. And when they consistently make money, they're consistently making more and more and more and more, putting more and more money in what? National Hill Bank. Because that's what it's all about. All right. Any other questions on how you should approach a shipper as far as what I'm trying to get y'all to do is I'm trying to get y'all to be in a different mindset. Change your mindset because it's like anything else. When you're fed the wrong stuff all the time, that's all you're used to. And you think, and you're thinking that's the right way to do it, because every now and then you're hitting a home run. Every now and then you're hitting a home run. When you could be hitting base hits 90% of the time. And enough base hits is going to get you where? Home. Okay? That's how I see it. All right. What's this next question? All right. Our next thing that we're going to do here is, okay, how to use, all right, we've gone over who a shipper, who a broker, what a broker is, who a broker works for. How do you become a broker? All right. How do you become a broker? You're going to need money and credit. Okay, that's basically it. If you've got enough money, you can become a broker. Now, does that mean you're going to make money as a broker? No. But pretty much anybody can become a broker if you got enough money. You got enough money to get your $75,000 bond. You got enough money to get your $1.2 million on average for your insurance, because you're going to be taking ownership of freight, and no shipper is going to work with you if you can't convince them that if for some reason something happens to this load and the carrier cannot insure it, what do I have to fall back on? Well, you'll fall back on that $1.2 million insurance that the broker has. Okay, that's like a double coverage almost. You're basically putting it out there. This is what allows some brokers to get great paying loads. Great paying loads from shippers, and some brokers get so-so loads. So shippers not going to trust. They're not going to trust their high dollar freight with someone who doesn't have proper insurance coverage. That ain't going to happen. Okay, and especially if you're a new broker, you're going to need that proper insurance coverage. Why? Because you got to convince that shipper to take a chance on you. So if you haven't been in the game for at least 2 years, most of these shippers that have this good paying freight, as you all like to say, they ain't gonna mess with you. I mean, they're not gonna even look your way unless you got $250,000 in a bank somewhere. And that's the advantage that we had. We were new brokers when we came onto the scene, but being in other businesses, I had the foresight to know that I needed certain things to be able to compete in this game off bat from the beginning, versus having to wait and put in and pay your dues, as they say, a year to 2 years before you can actually start getting into the game and making it real money. We were successful off bat because first of all, I had the foresight from running other businesses, knowing that I needed leverage. And in getting leverage, I had to reach out and form partnerships. I had to get investors. I had to go and say, hey, here's what I'm trying to do. Can I get you to back me with your money, with your reputation, with your Dun & Bradstreet credit report and your Dun & Bradstreet reputation? It's okay. I see what you're trying to do. I like that. I see what the money's going to make. Okay, we're going to add what we have to what you have, and we're going to build you a nice profile. In other words, as a law firm, as a financial institution, the law firm, we're going to put up $190,000. Financial institution that we also are part of and partner with, or the sports management company that we're part of, we're going to put up another $180,000. So you got a total of what, $225,000, $250,000 that we're putting up. We're going to put that into an escrow account and register with Dun & Bradstreet. So what happens there? When we go and we send our broker's package over to the shippers, and the shippers say, well, let's pull up your Dun & Bradstreet profile. Oh, shoot. RBBS Transport LLC has $250,000 in an escrow account. And they are partners with, this law firm right here. And they are partners with this sports management company, which already has a good Dun & Bradstreet credit report. Okay. Yeah, they're a new company. They've been in business, what, 3 months? But look, they got $1.2 million of insurance. The $75,000 bond is not financed. It's paid for. And they've got money in the bank. They've got $250,000 of liquid assets. Yeah, let's do business with them. And they're affiliated with blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. If you're not approaching this even go into business, if you're not going to approach it like a real business person, like someone who knows how to run a business. You have a lot of people just jumping into this and they're jumping into it on the fly, and they don't see the bigger scope. They don't see the bigger picture. And if you're not doing it that way, you're going to have to pay your dues as a broker in order to get to where you need to be at. That's why you have a lot of unsuccessful brokers, because they don't do this. They don't come into this game the right way. You know, they just, you know, someone told them, hey, you make money as a broker. Hey, man, let's go become a broker. Yeah, I got about $5,000 or $1,800 I can put down and get a bond company to get me this bond. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I've got $3,000 I can put down to get my insurance and get this $1.2 million insurance, and I can pay that $320 a month. Yeah, you can do that. But just because you do that and you spend all that money, you spend that money each month, don't mean that a shipper is going to sign you on. Because for the first 45 days, you've got to do what? It takes that long just for your bond to activate. After that, pretty much no shipper will work with you until you get at least 6 months seasoning on your bond. Unless you have that other stuff backing you like we did. You have the assets, you have a Dun & Bradstreet profile, you have partners who have Dun & Bradstreet A1 credit. Now, if you don't have that, then you're going to have to go through the normal waiting period, like 90% of all new brokers that are not with a big firm have to go through. If you're an independent broker, you're coming in, you know, trying to be your own broker firm or whatever this and that, you're going to have to play that waiting game. 6 to 9 months before any decent shipper will even work with you. And then, if you want the good shippers that's paying that consistent, that has a lot of dedicated freight, a lot of those type of loads like that, they ain't going to test you until you get 2 years season on your bond. Unless they can pull that your credit report and say, wow, you know, hey, you got assets, you got liquid assets, you got a Dun & Bradstreet profile, you got a good Dun & Bradstreet credit report, you got good business partners. If you don't have that, then they're not going to touch you either. So, with that being said, how do you become a broker? And what steps should you take to becoming a broker? The place that I go, that I refer people to, if you're going to become a broker off, if you want to become a broker off real, is 1 Hour Authority. I like 1 Hour Authority because they pretty much provide you with all the things you're going to need off real. And it's a pretty good price. So they take out a lot of the worry. Okay, what do I need to do next? What do I need to do now? Where do I get my insurance from? Where do I get? They cover everything from authority to permits to compliance to insurance. Okay, so you can get your insurance and your compliance. You can get your authority for your broker's authority. Excuse me. You can get your authorities. They have your broker's authority. They have your US deal. Here's your broker authority here. Go over here and click on your broker's authority and fill it up with, you know, all the stuff they provide in their broker package. The package that I would suggest is a complete broker package, $629. Not that much at all. Okay, that's a complete broker package. And they're going to take care of filing your BACQ and all that type of stuff. They're going to take care of, and they'll direct you to the people who can cover you as far as your insurance. If you need to get your surety bond, they're going to send you over to the right people to take care of your surety bond, all that type of stuff. All that type of stuff is done in-house with them, so you don't have to be bouncing around trying to find all this type of stuff. Now, after you do that, you need to go on and contact Dun & Bradstreet. Okay? You need to go and contact Dun & Bradstreet. I was looking at them the other day. There it is right here. Dun & Bradstreet search. Yep, it was Dun number. All right, you need to go and contact Dun & Bradstreet, and you need to go ahead and file and get you a Dun & Bradstreet number. Okay? File and get you a Dun & Bradstreet, what's called a DUNS number. Okay? And start your Dun & Bradstreet profile. Now, this is where you go and you register for your Dun & Bradstreet. Okay? You have a U.S.-based business, yes, and you keep just going on this list and you go ahead and file. They got different products that you can go in here and get, that you can go in here and look at it. Now, when I'm telling you, this is worth it. It is worth. Take the time to build you a Dun & Bradstreet profile. Because when those shippers pull up because the shippers are going to pull your credit. They're going to pull your credit. When they ask you for your broker's package, they fill out when you got to fill out the shipper's package. Once you all have negotiated and say, okay, yeah, okay, we like you, this and that. All right, let's give you a shot. And you fill out the broker's package, it's going to ask you about your credit. It's going to ask you, do you have a Dun & Bradstreet profile? Do you have a Dun & Bradstreet number? Okay, so you go ahead and get that stuff out of the way. Now I know a lot of this stuff you all have never heard before because you got all these freight broker traders. They're just trying to make their quick buck and give you what they think that you want to hear, so you can go out there and get what you want just to become a freight broker. But then you get out there and you can't make no money because you can't get signed up with proper shippers. Okay, this is what you need to get signed up with proper shippers. Okay, now because today we are speaking to brokers. All right, this is what you need in order to get in good with the proper shippers. Okay. Mr. Gareth Devon wants to talk about import and export. All right, that comes with freight forwarding. Today's class is on freight brokers. Okay. Import and export is going to deal more with freight forwarding, and that's a whole different subject, whole different class. And we will dedicate one or two of our upcoming booking freight from home shows to freight forwarding. But today we are focused on freight brokering. Okay. All right. What was that? Oh yeah, Dun & Bradstreet number. Make sure you get your Dun & Bradstreet number. Okay. All right. Next thing I would do is, and this is just me. Now you ain't got to do this. I would put together a business plan. Okay. Matter of fact, let me give y'all some of these links here. And give y'all some of these links so y'all can kind of know what's going here. Give y'all some of these links so y'all can know where some of this stuff is. There we go. That's Dun & Bradstreet. 1 hour authority. They give y'all that one. Look, give you your broker 1 hour authority. And 1 hour authority also does your carrier authority. Just your regular US. If you're a dispatcher and you just want a DOT number, go to 1 hour authority and just pop up a DOT number. And then get your DOT number and things like that. So you can talk to them about, well, what type of insurance you need, if you need insurance, all that type of stuff, if you're a dispatcher and you want a DOT number. 1 hour authority, they're a great source. That's why we recommend them, okay? Where did I go? Oh, here we go. See y'all this. Also, too. There we go. 1 hour authority. All right. There you go. All right, there's your 1 hour authority and stuff. Okay, now, then a lot of times success as a broker is going to depend on you going the extra mile. Okay, you doing stuff that other brokers are not doing. Okay, I would suggest you create you a business plan, a business model, a business plan, and the best place to do that is Rocket Lawyer. Okay, I have accounts with all of that. I have a Dun & Bradstreet account. I have a Rocket Lawyer account. When we first did our we did it through 1 hour authority. I can sign into my my Rocket Lawyer account just to show y'all here. I have a premium Rocket Lawyer account. I've got 2 Rocket Lawyer accounts. To be honest with you, that's my premium one right there. But I do have a premium Rocket Lawyer account where, I get all types of documents and contracts and stuff going up or whatever this is and that. Now, go to Rocket Lawyer, sign up to your Rocket Lawyer account. Create you a business. You see all the little stuff that I do through Rocket Lawyer all the time. Go ahead and create you a business plan and an operational manual. Create how your business is going to operate, your operational guidelines. You create that, and they have templates for you. You're just going to start typing it up, and it'll pull up the templates. Then all you do is you just answer the questions, okay? And then it will create those documents and the agreements and the forms for you. Now, what are you going to do with that business plan and the operational, your operational agreement? Okay, your business operational, your procedures. What are you going to do with that? Go out and find yourself some investors, man. Unless you got that unless you got a couple of $100,000 sitting around somewhere, as a broker, it is best to have one or two partners who are investors, and go ahead and start giving you some great contacts with shippers. Because I'm telling you, if you got some good backing and you got money behind you, there's not a shipper out there that won't sign with you. Because once you get that Dun & Bradstreet number, and you get money behind you, and you get investors behind you, and you can show that you got assets, liquid assets, you got $1.2 million of insurance, okay? You're able to pay your bond, all that type of stuff, and those shippers look at that, they're going to say to themselves, this brokerage firm has it together. Okay? That's what they're going to say. This brokerage firm has it together. So let's give them a shot. Matter of fact, we've got a bunch of dedicated freight, and this is just the type of firm we need that can handle these types of loads that we have. That's how you win in the brokerage game. Okay? That's how you win in the. That's how we became so popular as brokers right out the gate. We spent, on average, 3 months as a broker before we start popping. I mean, all for real, and that's fast in this industry. That's fast. I mean, we had lumber loads, we had hopper loads, we had produce loads, we had refrigerated freight, we had a refrigerated contract that was coming out of Lexington, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. That was coming out of Lincoln, Nebraska, running all the way down to South Florida, the Omaha Steaks, and all that type of stuff. Man, we were bumping. And we only got that type of stuff because when they ran our credit report and our Dun & Bradstreet report, and they checked our liquid assets, we had everything in proper order. All right? So, how do you become a broker? Go to 1 Hour Authority. Simple answer. How do you succeed as a broker? Go to some of these other links. Get your Dun & Bradstreet number. Okay? Get your Dun & Bradstreet profile. Get that built up. All right? After you do that, go to Rocket Lawyer. All right? Get your account with Rocket Lawyer. Do your operating agreement. Do your business plan. After you do that, go and look for you some investors. That's my advice to you. Now you can do this without a Dun & Bradstreet. You can do it without investors. You can do it all stuff, but expect to hit those long wait periods before you start making money. All right. Let me check my time here. All right, we're coming up on about 12 o'clock, which means we've got about an hour left for our Q&A. Real quick, how does using our platform benefit you as a broker? Well, let's take a look at that. Let's get out some of all this other stuff that we've shown you all here. Let's get back to our platform. All right. How does our platform benefit you as a broker? All right. When you become a subscription member to our platform, you gotta have access to your tools and resources. These are some of your tools and resources that you have access to. As a broker, one of the things you want to concentrate on is what? Finding shippers. That's first, right? You gotta find shippers. Okay? You gotta find shippers. And if you gotta find shippers, this is where you go to find shippers right here. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna click where it says, you're gonna find this little keyboard that's got this world of shippers, number of shippers all around the world. That's what they're supposed to symbolize. Y'all see how we do that little little symbolization in there? But anyway, y'all ain't catching my sense of humor, but it's all good. My wife likes it. You're gonna click on this right here where it says 19 million plus shippers. All right, when you click on this, it's going to take you to a unrestricted federal SIC code site. For those of you that don't know what a SIC code site is. SIC code stands for Standard Industrial Classification. SIC. SIC. Okay? It's a search system. It's a search system that allows you to access all. I didn't say some. I didn't say most. I didn't say many. I said all 19 million plus shippers in the United States. Why? Because every shipper that pays taxes in the United States, and that's every legal shipper, must register with the SIC code site. So now y'all understand why it gives you all this access. Now the access that we're giving y'all to is the one that specifically for shippers, for producers, okay? For purchasers, for purchasers search industrial manufacturing products and services by company name or by product service. Ours is set to product services, so when you click on it, product services should already be highlighted. Don't worry about all this other stuff on here. You can, but I'm telling you that's not what's going to be helping you. Here is where you need to be. Shippers for purchasers, okay? Now, when you come in here, because you are acting as a purchaser, what you're doing is you're looking for the shippers so you can contact them, you can hit them with their pitch, and you can hopefully get them to sign up to your brokerage agreement and start sending you their load, okay? And you can start making some money with these shippers. Now, how do you search for them? Simple. Just click on this and you put in what you're looking for. Somebody give me something to look for. Somebody talk to me. Y'all been real quiet, so I need to get some input. Talk to me. Talk to me. Somebody tell me something to search for.
Search for lumber.
Lumber. That's my favorite thing.
I was just about to steal, but I forgot my mic was muted.
There's lumber right there. Now see, we don't look for lumber for, but let's search for lumber. So about these flatbeds. Now, as you can see here, when you click that button that says search for lumber, you got, it's pulling up all 159 categories for lumber. Now, within those categories, you got a whole bunch of companies in each category. Under just lumber, you got 4,909 companies. Under lumber and building materials and dealers, you got 108 companies. Under lumber, building materials, and dealers retail, the bathroom fixtures, you got 168, and so on and so forth, as you can see here, all these little bad boys right here. And that's just the first page. You got 159 pages. You got, yeah, 1 of 30 of 159 product headings. So you got 159 product headings, and you got 30 pages. So let's just click on one. Let's click on this one that says lumber. 4,900 companies. Click on that bad boy. It's going to pull up every company that falls under the heading of lumber. Okay, just lumber. Now you got the other subcategories that you click on too. So you got enough here on lumber to keep you busy for your entire career. If you just concentrate on calling lumber companies lumber, you can call lumbers until your grandkids, your great-great-grandkids start booking freight, and they still wouldn't go through this whole list of lumber companies. But let's say you attempt to tackle the lumbers, and you come on here. I always say start where? At the beginning. All right? Start at the first lumber company, you pull it up. Look what happens. See, I'm lazy, so I like everything to be clicking, just point and click, point and click, point and click. That's why our platform is designed the way it is. Point and click, point and click, point and click. You point, click, bam. Look what happens. Southern Mississippi Trading. Pulls up the lumber company, tells you who they are. It tells you where they are. It gives you their address. It tells you what type of business they are. They are an importer. It gives you their activity. It gives you all their contact information, their phone number, their toll-free number, their fax number, their website address. Or it says contact this company where you can send them an email message, whatever the case may be. It even has a thing down here where you can do it, where you can send them, where you can actually get a quote from this company. All right? If you get a quote from this company, you're going to put in here, you're going to put in just lumber. Put in lumber, and it pulls up right here the quote page. You can actually put in your information or your carrier's information, put in all that stuff right there, put in the carrier information, you know, whoever the owner of the company is or title, whatever they put in the email address, phone number, city, you know, and your primary, your shipping destination. Let them know where you're trying to head or whatever this is and that. Put all that in, and you come down here, you fill in all this stuff, the state and all that type of stuff. If you got a website address, you're going to put that in here, website address of your company. If you got one, you're going to put that in there. You're going to download your broker's package or your carrier package or whatever you got that you want to send them. You put all this stuff in there. And then down here, you can type in stuff. Hey, I'm looking for some loads that's leaving out of Mobile, Alabama, going to Tuscaloosa, Mississippi, whatever the case may be. Okay? And you hit send. And guess what? They will respond to you with real-time loads and what loads they have that fits your criteria and what rates and all that type of stuff. Bam. Or if you don't want to do that, if you just want to get an idea of what they pay to move freight from their location to any state in the United States, just drop on down to this bad boy right here and click on this little state button, and you put in whatever state you want to put in. As you can see here, for the state of New Jersey, and they are shipping out of where? Waynesboro, Mississippi is where their base is. But in order to ship products to New Jersey, they pay carriers $85 a crate, $95 a bag, $100 a pack for a 48-foot or 53-foot dry van truckload. You know, that says dry van truckload, but you know they do flatbed too because they got lumber. It says $1,600, and then right down here, another one says $1,550. Now, a lot of times when you see that may not be a full truckload, that may be a partial truckload. And sometimes it will tell you partial, and then give you the amount. But you got everything you need at the click of a button to access every shipper out there and to have all the information. You got everything you need to be able to contact that shipper, send them the pitch. You can either copy and paste that pitch that we told you about into that quote area, copy and paste it, send it to them, or you can click here where it says what? Contact this company. And you can copy and paste it right there. You see what I'm saying? So look, and this is on. I don't care what shipper you click on in all 19 million of them. I don't care which one you click on, you're gonna get the exact same type of tools. Why? Because this is a federal government site, and you never have to worry about a shipper being out of business. Why? Because this is a federal government site. When a shipper is no longer on there, or if they're no longer an active shipper, they get removed. When new shippers come on, they get added. Plain and simple. You're not going to find a more comprehensive way to search shippers than this right here. Okay, people have sent me all kinds of stuff. Well, try this and try that, but a lot of it is too confusing. You got to go through too many steps. You got to jump through too many hoops. Somebody was sent someone, you had to go down to your local library. You had to register for this and sign up for something. Then they send you a list by mail. I'm like, no. People want to be able to sit right here at their desk and get on their tablet or get on their phone or get on their computer, click on our network, go to the back office, click where it says shippers, and be able to pull them up, click, and be able to call people right up, just have everything you need. And that's what this does. So, off rip, you can see how our platform benefits you as a broker off rip.
Kevin, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So when you just go ahead and you email them, just like what you have said, how do you build a relationship with them?
What do you mean, how do you build a relationship with them? I mean, when you email them, they're going to call you, or you're going to follow up. You email with a phone call. You got their phone numbers. You got their fax numbers. You got their toll-free number. It's up to you to build a relationship. You still got to be a salesperson. Look, this is still sales. Bottom line, this is all still sales. Remember, our platform basically gives you the tools and resources you need to be able to book freight from home. Look, there's no doubt that we give you every tool and resources that you need. Okay, you got more than what you need. To be honest with you, I mean, we provide you with overkill for a reason, because we want to make our offer in the most presentable light possible. Look, you get all of this for this little bit right here, $19.95 a month.
Thank you. You answered the question. So you still need to build that relationship by calling. So that's
yeah. I mean, you still got to call them up. I mean, I elaborate because I'm a Gabby person. I mean, look, people, you all tune in to this broadcast to learn this stuff. Other people tune in to this broadcast or YouTube and stuff just to be entertained. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have people that just tune in because they just want to see me, because they say, oh, he's refreshing, he's different. I like the way he presents things. That's what drives our YouTube numbers up. And as our YouTube numbers go, y'all know we're monetized now. So I'm just being honest with you. Our YouTube numbers go up. We get so much for every click on YouTube, every, whatever, this and like that. The ads that's being posted onto our views and stuff like that. We have more than 100,000 subscribers and things like that. Now, I'm sorry, more than 26,000 subscribers or whatever the case may be, and more than 100,000 views. So now we're monetized. But the reason why people tune in is because I'm being me. All right, so I have a peculiar sense of humor. I'm being me. I don't cut corners. I tell you exactly what's on, the way things are presented. I don't try to put a whole bunch of sugar on stuff. I just give it to you like it is, and then see what your reaction is to it. Okay, because that's the business. All right, that's the business. All right. But that's how you find shippers. That's how you can use our platform to your benefit to locate a bunch of shippers. Now, how the other ways that our platform benefits you as a broker? Now, there are some unseen ways that our platform that's not up front and in your face like that is. As a broker, now I'm about to get into a touchy subject. A lot of brokers don't like dispatchers. Can anybody tell me why? Let's hear all the reasons. Let's just get this out right now. My brokers and my dispatchers, y'all are on here. I want to hear from y'all. Let's just get this out right now. Brokers, why y'all don't like dispatchers? Talk to me. Or dispatchers, tell me why you think brokers don't like dispatchers. Talk to me. Let's just get it out. Let's air it out right now. We're about to have a family airing out session. All right. Come on. Somebody talk to me. Come on now. I see y'all think I don't see y'all on this social
Kevin,
media.
the reason why some people don't like other people is basically just either you have a good relationship or you have a bad relationship. So from a business perspective.
Now we're talking about brokers and dispatchers. We're not talking about
relationship. I would say you ask the reason. So one of them is relationship.
I understand that, but look, you got brokers and dispatchers that don't even know each other and they hate each other. So let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Somebody tell me why brokers don't like dispatchers.
Yeah.
Huh?
Jealousy. Let's continue. Jealousy. We can name them.
All right. Jealousy. There's somebody else. Come on. Be specific. Tell me why brokers got. Some of the stuff y'all see on social media, why brokers don't like dispatchers. I mean, I got someone that just went to our.
Because you're taking money out of their pocket.
Okay, taking money out of their pocket. All right.
So I ain't gonna say that. I just say so. You take a little money out of their pocket.
So that's what. So brokers are thinking that dispatchers are taking money out of their pocket.
Well, I'll also go by the law because of, say, the dispatcher really don't need to work with the brokers, or they can actually. The law puts them in a way that dispatcher thinks like, okay, I can't post the load, and brokers say, okay, well, you go behind and you post the load and all that instead of taking load from me. So there's just a little stuff going on there. So.
All right.
I would say that we have, I guess, the best of both worlds, but we don't have as much responsibility and liability as the broker.
Right. Now, that's valid. All right, look here. Look at it. I'm gonna go to Facebook real quick, and I can show y'all some stuff from brokers that's on our page, and and they be tripping, man. I mean, they be tripping, but they really have no reason to trip. Okay, I mean, they really don't. All right, let's see here. RBBS Transport. I'm about to show y'all some stuff here, and they be really tripping over nothing. They really be tripping over nothing. I mean, we'll just be ticking right along, and somebody out of the blue will come to our page and they'll just go off on us. Like, I don't even get into, back and forth with people, on Facebook or whatever. But I know there's a lot of groups out there where okay, there we go. But I know there's a lot of groups out there where people have discussions and they're like, I can't, dispatchers, they're illegal. Dispatchers did this. Dispatchers did that. Dispatchers did this. I'm going to show y'all some of the reviews that we get and show you the animosity of brokers here. Now, don't y'all go chasing after these people. I'm going to try to, but
so Kevin, let me ask you.
They posted it, so.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, but just let me finish. They posted it, so we're gonna deal with it. It says here, someone said get NMC numbers. they are a dispatch service, another name for double brokering, without being legally required to obtain an MC number. From a driver standpoint, it is complete BS. Now we get a lot of good reviews, but that was just one of the bad ones. We don't get very many bad reviews. But that just goes to show you that look, and I hear it a lot where brokers actually they just despise dispatch. But go ahead and ask your question, and then I will go ahead and address to you all why all of it is just perceived hatred, and they really should not be. There's no reason for a broker to not like a dispatcher. But go ahead with your question.
Yeah, so one of the things, because I heard what you were saying in the beginning of the broadcast, where people need to, like individuals or businesses, they need to mind their own business. This industry is $1 trillion industry. So if you're a broker and you're having a bias towards a dispatcher, it's because you don't know what you're doing. And if you're a dispatcher, you're having a bias towards a broker is because you do not know what you're doing. Because number one, there are so much money out there that you know what, you need to do your job and get whatever you want to get. So I strongly believe that from what you're teaching and opportunities and everything, the platform is giving us the idea, but not be so caught up on, oh, I'm a dispatcher, this person doesn't like me. I'm a broker, this person doesn't like me. It's a $1 trillion industry, for crying out loud.
Okay. And you're right, for the most part. But here's my take on it, all right? I'm going to be honest with y'all. The best relationship to form in this industry, now I want y'all to hear me. Every broker, I want you to hear me. Every dispatcher, I want you to hear me. Everybody out there who watches this video, I want you to hear me. And I really want you to hear what I got to say. The person you should be associating with most as a broker is a dispatcher. A dispatcher is a broker's best friend. A dispatcher is the only person in this industry who is actually helping the broker to book freight for free. Listen to what I'm telling you. All this animosity that brokers have towards dispatchers, it is it's uncalled for. Your best friends should be dispatchers. And here's why. Now, should be dispatchers who operate legally. Now, here's the problem. You have a lot of dispatch firms that operate illegally. So I can understand why a broker would have some animosity towards an illegally operating dispatch firm. Now, a lot of brokers say, well, all dispatchers are illegal because they're not they don't have a DOT. No, that's not true. The Federal Motor Carrier Association dispatchers are legal. Read the statute. It's right there in the statute. The Federal Motor Carrier statute covers both freight brokers and dispatchers. If you don't believe it, let's pull it up. All right? Let's go to it. Let's pull up the statute. But I'm going to pull up the statute, and I'm going to show you the statute here. The statute that covers both freight brokers and dispatchers. As soon as I get over here to it, go to my notes. Because we've actually got it in a note section. I can pull up all this stuff. I'm going to find it here for you all in just a second. We actually discussed this a while back. Why does my page do that sometimes? I'm on the page, I'm trying to get to the home page, and it's giving me everything but except for what I'm looking for. All right, here we go. Hopefully I'll put it up this time. Pull up my notes. And I'm going to show you all why is this thing just, there we go. Facebook is slow sometimes. It does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. I think Facebook is how many of y'all believe that Facebook is on some type of evil plot to take over the world? They was all walking around like zombies. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Hold on.
Maybe they were trying to do that. They could.
Facebook gonna take over the world.
Social media has already taken over the world.
But you know what though? You know what I like about Facebook? A lot of people say Facebook is evil. A lot of people say Facebook ain't got nothing nothing but mess. I always say Facebook is what you create. Right? So, all right. And now, correct me if I'm wrong. Facebook is where people go and they make other people their friends so they can see what those people are posting on a regular basis, right?
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
Whoever you bring into your network, you're creating your own hell.
That's true.
So if your Facebook page is full of messy people, that's because you're a messy person. You like messy people. So that's all you're going to see is messy posts. If your Facebook is full of backstabbing people, guess what? You invited that person to come and live in your space. I always say, surround yourself with the type of people you want to be in your space, and that's the type of information you're going to get fed on a constant basis. That's all Facebook is. So if you want to clean up your Facebook page, go and have yourself a delete and block party. I do it all the time. I pick the people who are posting the most messiest, backstabbing stuff, and I delete and block 100 people every month on Facebook. And then I go and look for people who are talking about positive, financial, making gains, those type of people, and I add those 100 people. But every month, I look for the people that are doing crazy, posting all this, bye. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have block parties every now and then. All right. This is it right here. This is the statute. In case y'all wanted to know what the statute is. All right. Here's the statute. We did a thing myth versus reality. Okay. Various law firms and I have noticed a concentrated effort to delegitimize this $57 billion a year dispatch industry and its 100,000+ dispatch firms nationwide. Is it conceivable that hundreds of thousands of dispatch firms are operating illegally? And if so, why are they allowed to continue? Surely these firms are not above the law, right? Or is this notion of their legitimacy, their illegitimacy mostly political and or just powerful brokerage firms and mega trucking companies are starting to fear the little independent kids on the block. Now, social media DOT legal experts will quote FMCSA, that's the Federal Motor Carrier Association's, the 49 CFR 371. That's the statute that governs freight brokers. Okay, a lot of the people who say that dispatchers are illegal, they love to quote that statute, but they don't. But 90% of them have never even read that statute. And out of the 10% who have read it, 50% of them don't understand it. So let's break that down. Here's a bit of legality the social media experts seem to conveniently leave out every time. However, under said rule, there is an exception. Motor carriers are persons who are employees or bona fide agents of carriers are not brokers within the meaning of this section when they arrange or offer to arrange the transportation of shipments which they are authorized to transport and which they have accepted and legally bound themselves to transport. That is, an entity is not a broker if it is a bona fide agent of a carrier as defined under 49 CFR 371.2 subsection B as persons who are part of the normal organization of a motor carrier and perform duties under the carrier's discretion, under the carrier's direction, pursuant to a pre-existing agreement which provides for a continuing relationship, precluding the exercise of discretion on the part of the agent in allocating traffic between the carrier and others. Now, I know that's in legal terms, but let me break this down to you in layman's terms. Okay, what that is referring to is the exception to the freight broker rule, because that statute basically goes in and tells you that only a bonded and insured freight broker can take ownership of freight and dispense it out to a carrier at a margin fee, for a margin fee. Okay? That's what the statute, that's what the 371, the 49, the CFR, that statute reads. Under this subsection, it says that there is only one exception to a bonded freight broker. Now, what does an exception mean? An exception means someone who falls outside of that legal terminology that they just quoted, but they are also legally bound and legally able to do the same thing. They are the exception to the rule. And that exception is a bona fide agent. A bona fide agent, people, is an independent dispatcher. So this talk about dispatchers being illegal is nonsense, because people don't know how to interpret or read a legal statute. Dispatchers are perfectly legal, and they are covered under the Federal Motor Carrier Association's rules, regulations, and statutes. Federal Motor Carrier Association says that they are legal. Now, to make this in layman's terms, an independent dispatcher or a bona fide agent is any person, entity, or company that has a pre-existing agreement, which is your dispatch agreement, with a carrier for a continued relationship to find said carrier suitable freight, persuading to said carrier's specific criteria. That's what that just said, but it basically, I put it into terms that anybody can understand. Does everybody see the legality of dispatching now? A dispatcher cannot take ownership of freight like a broker can, but a dispatcher can book freight for a carrier if he has what? A dispatch agreement in place. That what? Pre-existing agreement. That's why the first thing that we show y'all how to do as a dispatcher is do what? What is to do what? Pitch what? How much money you need to move your truck so you can send them what? Your dispatch agreement. Because you can't legally start finding loads, looking for loads until you have a dispatch agreement in place and you have a carrier signed and contracted, agreeing to pay you a percentage of the load fee, but you find them what? Loads that fit their criteria. Now, the dispatcher, you can't go out and just get a whole bunch of loads like brokers can and post them, because dispatchers cannot post loads. Only brokers can post loads. Dispatchers get loads from shippers. I'm sorry, take that back. Brokers get loads from shippers. Brokers contract with shippers. Brokers are paid from the shipper's cut. Brokers receive their money from the shipper. Dispatchers sign a dispatch agreement, sign carriers to their dispatch agreement so that they can find loads for that carrier, but they can only look for loads that that carrier has specifically told them that they need. That's why our dispatching, our platform trains you to send them a what? A profile sheet along with your dispatch agreement. That profile sheet basically is asking them, Mr. Carrier, how much money do you need to make your truck profitable? Or as we say, how much money do you need to move your truck? That profile sheet will ask them certain specific questions, and those questions are there to keep that dispatcher compliant with the Federal Motor Carriers Association 49 CFR 371. First question, Mr. Carrier, how much money do you need for your truck to make money for loads that run more than 500 miles? The carrier will respond, I need $1.75, $1.85, $2.10. How much money do you need for loads that run less than 500 miles to make your truck profitable? I need $2.75, $2.80, $3.10, $3.20, whatever the case may be. What type of loads would you like to run? Or where would you like to run? I don't want to run for the mountains, so keep me on the bottom half of the United States. Or only run me Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas, Arizona, Oklahoma, Mexico, Wyoming, or whatever the case may be. Next question, how much weight can you pull? I don't want to pull more than 36,000 pounds. Or I can pull the max. It doesn't matter to me. What type of trailer do you have? Oh, I have a dry bed, a flat bed, a box truck, a sprinter van, a reefer, a hot shot. Now that dispatcher has everything they need to do what? Stay compliant. Because now that all the dispatchers do what? Go out and look for the loads that the carrier has just described to him what he needs.
So Kevin, I have a question for him.
Okay, hold on. The dispatcher cannot go out and just grab a bunch of freight. The dispatcher and post load. This is why some brokers hate dispatchers, because some dispatchers operate illegally. They are grabbing loads and they are reposting loads like they are brokers. They are posting loads on social media. They are posting loads on load board, and that is illegal. Dispatchers cannot post loads anywhere. Let me repeat that. Dispatchers cannot post loads anywhere. Not on load boards, not on social media. They cannot post loads. What they can do is they can go out and look for freight, and then they can present the freight that they find that fits their carrier's criteria that they have under contract. And the dispatcher is paid by the carrier, and only by the carrier. Why? Because the dispatcher is working as an agent of the carrier and does not need an MC number, DOT number, any type of authority or insurance. Why? Because he or she is an agent of the carrier, and the carrier has all that. And you are only paid by the carrier. So, therefore, any service that a dispatcher provides for a broker, a broker should be looking at a legally operating dispatcher as their best friend. Because what does a dispatcher have? Contracts with carriers that need to run what? Freight. What does a broker have? Loads that need to be placed with who? Carrier. A dispatcher can present your loads to his carrier and help that broker run more loads, and that broker is not paying any more money than he would normally pay. So I don't understand how brokers say they take money out of their pocket when clearly dispatchers are just helping brokers make more money for free. Because that broker is still paying who? The carrier. And the carrier has to pay the dispatcher out of his cut. He's not taking any money from that broker. That broker is not paying that carrier any more money than he would have normally had to pay that carrier to move that freight. What's your question?
Can dispatcher also pitch the shippers?
Yeah, a dispatcher can get loads from anywhere. A dispatcher just can't post loads. A dispatcher, you can go to shippers and get loads from a shipper. Now, a shipper's not going to contract with a dispatcher because you're not a broker. But a shipper can send you their loads. If you can call up a shipper and get a shipper to send you their load list, they'll send you the load list. Now, you can't go and repost that load list. No. You can only look through those loads, and you have to explain to your shipper if you are a dispatcher and you're calling of a shipper, you first of all have to explain to the shipper, Mr. Shipper, first of all, I'm a dispatcher, and I work with a large network of independent dispatchers with more than 1,700 dispatch firms strong and freight broker firms strong. Now, because I am a dispatcher, I can't contract with you. What I'm asking is if you can send me your load list so I can look through that load list, and the rest of our network can look through that load list and see if we have any carriers that fits the criteria of the loads you're trying to run. Now, as a shipper will say to wow. So that means I can send them my load list, and it's not going to cost me anything. Why? I'm going to pay the carriers the same amount of money I would normally pay them, and then the carriers are going to have to pay the dispatch anyway. And you can explain this to the shipper in case you don't know. And as a dispatcher, I work for the carrier. I represent the carrier directly, so my pay comes directly from the carrier, not from your load list or your load pricing. Okay? So in other words, the service that I would perform for you is free. Because that's what you're doing. You're performing a free service for them. Same thing with the broker. You can call up a broker and say, hey, Mr. Broker, I'd like to help you move more of your freight. And on top of that, I'm not going to charge you anything for it. Why? Because you're still going to pay the carrier, and the carrier that I represent is going to pay me. So there's no reason for brokers to dislike dispatch. In fact, brokers should love legally operating dispatchers. Does everybody understand this animosity between brokers and dispatchers is basically made up? It's basically comes from them not understanding, first of all, what the statute is or how to interpret the statute. Second of all, you've got a few dispatchers who are operating illegally because most of them have been taught the legal way to dispatch. This is why in the beginning when we were brokers, we used to post loads. We used to send loads out to all the carriers, and we used to share loads, but those were loads that we had under contract as brokers. But then when we switched over to a dispatch firm, we stopped doing that. Why? Because it's illegal. We can't post loads. We can't just shoot loads out like that. But a lot of y'all call me up sometimes, hey, where's my load list? Well, I can't send you a load list. Why? Because we're not brokers. Well, I saw it, 2 years ago. You watching a video from 2 years ago. We're brokers. And we can do that type of thing. And dispatchers can operate legally and make just as much money as brokers can. They're not taking money from a broker. In fact, every dime that a dispatcher makes, guess what? He just helped the broker make $10. You understand? Y'all understand that? Do any of you out there as brokers, do you all understand that if I have a 10% agreement for the load fee from a carrier, if I just made $100 on a $1,000 load, how much money did you as a broker make? And you made that because I helped you get that load book. Do you understand that? I make a small percentage of what I'm helping you to make. And it's not even paid to me by you. It's paid to me by the carrier. So why do you not welcome me into your network instead of hating me for giving you free money? That don't make no sense. All right. Hopefully we can put this to rest. Why brokers don't like dispatchers. Okay? Hopefully we put this to rest because look, somebody said brokers don't like dispatchers because we go hard for more money than the driver would. I mean, you as look, that's why drivers hire dispatchers. It's your job to go out and find them freight. Now, if you're operating the way a dispatcher should be operating, you shouldn't even have to be pressing the broker for more. Because remember what the statute says. The statute says that you're only supposed to be looking for freight that fits or exceeds your carrier's criteria. So you shouldn't even be calling a broker if the load don't fit what your carrier already wants. And if the load already fits what your carrier wants, why you got to negotiate it? You see how that works? I mean, I don't want to give the Federal Motor Carrier all the credit, but they were pretty smart when they set that statute up. Because if you follow the statute, if you do what you're supposed to be doing, there is no conflict. There should be no animosity whatsoever. But because of people that decide they want to do, as we like to say, like my wife like to say, oh, she doing too much. He doing too much. You want to do too much. You want to go and do stuff outside of your legal framework. And that's what causes problems. When you start doing too much is when it starts causing problems. All right? Stick to the statute. Operate within the statute, and you won't have problems. Because if you're only looking for the freight that fits your carrier's criteria or exceeds your carrier's criteria, if your carrier says to you, I need loads that run more than 500 miles, and those loads need to be paying $1.75 per mile, then why on God's green earth are you looking for loads that's paying $1.55? Why are you even looking at that load? Why are you even calling a broker about a load that's paying $1.55? It don't meet your carrier's criteria. Slide left, swipe left, and move on to the next load. And look to see what it is offering. Stick with the statute. You save yourself a whole bunch of headache, a whole bunch of trouble, and you make all the money you ever want to make. Talk to me. What y'all got to say? Somebody talk to me. Talk to me.
Kevin, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
I contacted the carrier the other day, and he told me he needed $2.50 per mile. Do you think he was trying to run me off?
I mean, he may have been trying to run you off, or he may have been one of them carriers that don't know how to buy a truck. I mean, now look, y'all know I'm slick at the mouth. Y'all know I am slick at the mouth.
Yeah.
I have had carriers call me up and say, I don't truck for nothing less than $5 a mile.
Yeah.
I go. Well, I got expenses. You know, I got something bad. I got a truck payment to pay for. Oh, so what you're telling me is you're a bad business person. What you mean I'm a bad? I mean, you need $5 a mile to move your truck. What's your truck payment? Oh, I got a brand new Peterbilt. Okay, so why do you need $5 a mile? Oh, you know, this is a $140,000 truck. Okay, so it shouldn't be costing you, if you bought it the right way, you shouldn't be paying more than $600 a month for it. Man, you out your mind. I pay that a week. That's why you need $5 a mile. Maybe you need to join our platform, and I'll show you how to get that same Peterbilt for $620 a month versus $620 a week. Then you can afford to move. Then you can afford to make money on some $1.90 freight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
well, he asked me to send him a dispatch agreement. He told me I could send him a dispatch agreement. I sent him one, and he hadn't responded. Yeah. So I'm gonna follow up, and I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna throw this pitch right there on him.
But you can come back from that and just say, look, okay, I understand. You have expenses that most carriers don't have. Okay, now in a very nice way, you just told him you paid too damn much for your truck. Okay, I understand. You have expenses that most carriers don't have, and I understand that. But that's why our platform is so popular. Why? Because if I can't find you a load that's paying $250 or better, you're never going to hear from me. So when you do see my number on your call ID, you know I got the kind of load you want, going to the place you want to go, paying the kind of money you want to get paid. How's that sound to you? I'm going to shoot you on my dispatch agreement. Go ahead and sign it and send it back to me. We're going to take the time and fill that profile sheet out so I know not to look for you loads anything less than $2.50 a mile. Okay? I'll look at the dispatch agreement for you. Look. Look. And then when you do find freight out there that matches what he wants, you send it to him. It's still money in your pocket. You ain't losing no money. Cause remember, you're gonna follow the statute. You're not gonna waste your time looking at loads for him if the loads ain't paying $2.50 a mile, right?
Right.
So
right.
when you come up, so when you send him a text every morning and say, "Where you at?" He tells you, "I'm in Tuscaloosa, Mississippi," or wherever he's at. You're gonna go to Tuscaloosa, Mississippi, quick, and you're gonna keep an eye out for loads that's paying more than $2.50 a mile. When you see something that comes out of around that area, you see it's paying $2.75. Guess who you need to be calling? Mr. $2.50 a mile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't losing nothing. The more carriers you sign on to your contract and to your dispatch agreement, and more carriers you have in your network, the greater the chance that you're going to make money. Whether they want high dollar freight or whether they want medium freight or whether they're being very reasonable, it doesn't matter. Because you're only going to contact them when what? When you got the kind of freight that they want. So you ain't wasting your time by, because rolling for other people's stuff, you're seeing loads sometimes that's paying $2.50, $3 or whatever per mile. And you may be looking at, this company got consistent freight that's paying this money. I wonder if they got that thing leaving out of Tuscaloosa, Mississippi. You see how that works?
Yeah. Okay.
Good question. Who else has a question? 12:46. Got about a little over 10 minutes. So better come and talk to me. Come and talk to me.
Hey, Kevin.
Somebody want to talk today? Yes, ma'am.
How do you identify back shippers?
You mean backhauls?
No, back shippers that don't pay.
Oh, bad shippers. How do you identify? Pull up there's a website you go to, Charles. Are you still on here? Charles knows the website. I know it. I mean, I have to dig for it. But we have a website that you can go to and it tells you. It's kind of like a booking report. It gives you a rundown of all the bad shippers and bad carriers and carriers that don't pay and stuff. We posted it in the chat group once, and it's actually on our. If you go to our page on Facebook, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, is if you stroll through some of the posters, you'll find it there too. Charles just sent a message through the chat group, so I think he just sent it to you. Check that link. Charles, someone wants to know about the link to the bad shippers. Shippers that don't pay and carriers that don't pay. If you got that or if someone got that, post that real quick. But yeah, as Sean said, there's something called you go to a safer site too. But Safer Site is a good thing, but there's actually a website that's dedicated to just bad shippers and bad carriers. I mean, they post new ones every week. I mean, and they're like real time, so that's why I like that one. But it's on here. Let me see here. I need to put it in the back office, but it is on our Facebook page. VIII Logistics Learning Center. There's one right there. They just put up a someone just posted something on that just now. Do you see it? Do you see that link?
The safety. Oh, no.
Yeah, the safer.fm CSA.
And then it's asking to put the NP number and all of that?
Yeah. There's another site. What is it?
Yeah, that is verify the company.
there's another one that's a little bit more user friendly. Go to our social media load board. But if you go to social media load board, you might see it on there too, because they normally post it on there a lot. There's a bad shipper site. Where is it at here? Where is that bad shipper site? It's kind of like a blotter spa. But I know it's on the social media load board. If you go to the social media load board, it's on there. I just saw it like last week. Someone was posting an update. They always post an update. But I know it's on here. You just have to go through it. Go through the social media load board and scroll down and just keep strolling, and you'll find it. You can't miss it because it talks about bad shippers and bad brokers and bad, carriers that don't pay. Where is it at? Y'all see Charles Money all over the place on social media load board.
Okay, I'll contact Charles right now if he has that, and I'll look into the Facebook too.
But it is on here though. You just have to scroll down and you will see it. Okay. But hey, look, bad shippers, bad carriers, bad brokers, bad anything, they're out there. So that's just the nature of the business. You're gonna run into them from time to time. Just try to protect yourself as best you can. We always say protect yourself at all times. When you run into them, report them and don't deal with them anymore. The best you can do is file your complaint with the Federal Motor Carrier Association, file with the Federal Bond Service, file to have their authority and their bond revoked. So there are procedures and stuff that you can go through to do your proper filings to try and recover some of your money. There's even some collection agencies that you can hire that will collect the money for you, but they're going to charge you probably 50% of the amount that they collect. So, that's just the business. Like any other business, you're going to run into good people, you're going to run into bad people. Okay. All right. We get ready to wrap this up because it's getting about that time. Before we go, let me go over some stuff real quick with everyone. First of all, I want to say I appreciate everyone calling in and participating and asking questions. That's what this is all about. Because as a network, remember, we are a networking platform. We're the only networking platform of its type for the freight brokerage and dispatching and logistics industry. I was glad to do this class today on freight brokering because we normally don't do a whole lot of freight brokering stuff, and our freight brokers memberships are growing real fast. We are over 500 freight brokers now. We're over 1,800 members strong right now. So we'll hit 2,000 members here before the summer. Okay, and that's a huge network. I don't care how you look at it. This is a successful network. People out there are talking about what we have going on as a network. I get I get 50 to 100 calls every single day. I had to turn my phone off. I'm looking at my phone right now. I got 18 missed calls since I've been on here with you all. Okay, but I literally had to turn my phone off. But there's 18 missed calls that I have on here since I've been on the phone with you all, and they all came from what number? 866-973-6445. That's the only one y'all see in red. That means 18 missed phone calls from our recruitment line. So,
I got a quick question before you go.
Yeah,
if you can answer real quick. What does deadheads mean on the load board?
Deadhead means the distance you got to travel without a load to go get to a load.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's basically what deadhead is. If you're in Tallahassee, Florida, and you're looking on your load board, and you see there's a load in Live Florida, and the distance between Tallahassee, Florida, and Live Florida means you got to travel with an empty trailer. That's deadhead. You ain't getting paid. That's what I call deadhead.
Okay.
You ain't making no money by traveling that 65 miles. Or 49 or 50 miles from Tallahassee to Live Oak to go pick that load up. Now, the real question is how far should a carrier deadhead to get a load? That's the real question, and that's going to depend on how much the load is paying. If the load is paying good money, then you can calculate, add that deadhead miles to the number of miles you're running that load for where the load picks up from. If the load is picking up from one spot and it's going 100 miles, and you got a deadhead 50 miles, then you got to add that 50 miles to that 100 miles, and you got 150 miles total on the load on the run. And if that load is paying, excuse me, if that load is paying $1,000, you're going to divide that $1,000 by 150 miles to get the cents per mile or the rate per mile that you're going to be paid on that load. You get the true rate per mile. Okay? All right. But good question. That's a good question. If you want to know answers to other questions like that, we have a logistics library that you can go to. We'll go over here and put on the more button there, and you see down here where it says the logistics library. Go ahead and click that logistics library, and you can put in what you're looking for, and it'll tell you. Just click on it, and it'll tell you, all the things you're looking for, and all the terms and meanings of all types of stuff. Okay, but it's all there in the logistics library. If I can go get the pull up here, just kind of slow to. All right. But anyway, I appreciate you all joining us. I thank you all for joining us each and every week, and going over things. And there's our logistics library right there. It has all the different headings and stuff you can look up. Glossary of terms, dictionary of trucking terms, freight shipping dictionary, all types of stuff. Logistics and logistics 101 and logistics blogs, things like that. So. We do have a logistics library as part of our platform. Again, we've got the P4L that's coming up. Now, some of you all who are subscription members to this platform, you receive a private invite to the P4L private event. Okay? That event is going to be coming up sometime soon. We're not going to be telling you all when, where, and how to get to it because it is a private invitation event only. If you are a subscription member, you should have received an invitation to log on to a certain area and go in and complete your non-compete and your non-circumvent and your limited partnership agreement that we will offer you to become a P4L executive account manager. Great opportunity. It is a true giveaway. We are basically dumping a full-blown business into your lap. You're saying, here, we're giving it to you. Go out and make money with it. When you make money, come back and drop us off 25%. That's it. You're keeping 75% of the business that we are dumping into your lap. And when I say we are dumping it into your lap, that's exactly what we are doing. We are dumping it into your lap. We are giving you the ability to go out and contract with shade tree mechanics and small mechanic shops, or just people who want to get parts at a discounted rate. We're talking about any type of automotive part, machine part, big rig part. It does not matter. We get parts 70% off on brand new parts, 70 to 75% off. The same parts you can go to AutoZone and you're going to pay a ton of money for it. You get it 75% off by ordering it through your P4L executive account manager. And they'll have that part shipped right to your door or shipped right to your mechanic's shop. free shipping for anything that's over $50. Any new parts that's over $50, free shipping. Okay, so those of you who got your invitations, we'll be seeing you all in that private conference, and you are not allowed to share the event location, links, or anything of that nature. If someone calls you up and says, "Hey, I need the links to this event," and they say, well, tell them, say, if you didn't get an invitation, then you ain't supposed to be in it. Plain and simple. Okay, if you did not get an invitation, that means either you didn't send in the signed agreement, because if you did not sign your non-circumvent, if you did not sign your partnership agreement, you did not receive an invite. Okay? So if you didn't get access to that, then you weren't supposed to get access to it. So it is only for our subscription members. But on that note, let me mute everybody because we got that background noise here. On that note, we appreciate everyone. We thank you all for joining us again. And on this P4L thing, on the P4L giveaway, those of you who did not get an invite, we have an opportunity to turn in a resume and fill out an application. The ads will be on Indeed.com tonight. Indeed, the ads will be coming out tonight on Indeed.com. We will have ads in every city in every state of the United States. Okay, so it's going to be massive. But we are only bringing in a selective few on the first year. The first year, everyone is going to have to go through a selection process if you are not a subscription member of our existing platform. Those who are subscription members of our existing logistics platform would not have to be selected. You just have to walk through the door. Okay. But for those of you who are not, you're going to have to go through a selection process. So for those applications, job postings will be on Indeed in a city near you starting tonight, and you can go on there and you can submit your resume, and then we will begin our selection process and making you an offer to become a P4L executive. Thank you all again. We appreciate every last one of you all. This has been Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center Booking Freight from Home show, and then sponsored by the National Network of Dispatchers. Each and every week is always a pleasure. We'll see y'all back here next Saturday. Same bat channel, same bat time. Y'all have a great day.